Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Pokémon Violet. In the last episode, we began our journey into the alternate universe that is Scarlet's version of Area Zero, learning the wholly prehistoric phenomenon that's been taking place within its mysterious ancient walls, and with Professor Sada being just as cryptic and ominous as Professor Toro, we now understand the connection between the two stories, although both take up the same roles as Professor. In their specific games, they both have different end goals, one being Toro wanting to live in the distant future, and the other being Sadam wanting to live in the distant past, both seemingly wanting a world where they could live with their families, being Arven and the other professor that's MIA in each version respectively, overall adding a greater mystery to both the games, that being, where is the missing professor, and will they ever have the chance? Or, well, honestly, will we ever have the chance to learn their story of the events that led to them leaving the Area Zero project, and in turn, help us understand the final missing link between both versions of the game? Honestly, it's very possible. One, because of the fact that there is a missing Pokemon deep in the game's files. It looks like an egg. That's all I really know about it. It looks like an egg. I don't know if it is a Pokemon. I don't know if there's a Pokemon inside of it. But it seems like it's a separate thing. It could be even just a, mystery gift for all I know. But there is something in the game's files that people have found. And I'm honestly not sure what it is. But it's not in the game currently. You can't find it. So it's definitely interesting. It could be another Crown Tundra thing, it could be another Isle of Armor kind of thing, or it could just be a mythical Pokemon. I honestly don't know, and I honestly have no idea of how we'll find out. But, honestly, within due time, you may actually find that answer. But the thing is, with today's episode, we begin the beginning of the end of Pokemon Scarlet's adventure. Because, let's be honest here, we still have a little bit left to go for our Scarlet adventure here, since, let's be honest here, one, we need to finally get down to the Zero Bunker, or the Zero Lab, and two, honestly, the Paradox Pokemon of both versions of the game. So, let's be honest here, there's still a lot for us to still do, and, interesting, same symbols on the floor here, just like in the other version. That's weird. There's some sort of plate inscribed with a mysterious symbol. Also, had a feeling that Garganacl was gonna attack us. I wasn't too sure, but it seems like that is indeed 100% a free way to get attacked there. Also, we got a nice little, demonstration of the different variants of both the versions of how do you actually say this Pokemon's name? I always get it mixed up. Espartha. But yeah, definitely pretty cool though, just to be honest, because it's a pretty cool Pokemon in my opinion. But the thing is honestly, I was just surprised that I was even able to find a shiny variant of the thing before we actually start this series, because I was wanting to shiny hunt that Pokemon. That was actually my very first one in the Pokedex that I wanted to shiny hunt, because I was looking at all the Pokemon we've seen, and I was wondering what their shiny variants were, and that ended up being one of the ones that I wanted to do, because, one, I just think that the coloring of the shiny Pokemon is actually how it was probably supposed to look, in my honest opinion. I think the colors are kind of jarring on the original version, and the shiny variant kind of dulls those colors down, and actually makes it feel much more like they flow better. So, yeah, definitely interesting. And also, I'm hoping we can maybe run into another Paradox Pokemon on our way down there, because the thing is, in Scarlet, we ran into the Paradox Hydreigon, but the thing is, in that same area that was in Violet, we didn't find a Paradox Pokemon for this game, which was odd. But the thing is, we could easily find another one, I'm pretty sure, as long as we, make sure and, double check areas. But if we don't find that, and, find the Paradox Pokemon that would be the, Pokemon that would be in the place of the, futuristic Hydreigon. Honestly, we'll find it later, just because we are going to do another episode, but that's going to be a mix between Violet and Scarlet, and we're going to try and do as much as we possibly can to, see every single Paradox Pokemon between both the games, and get the Pokédex entries for them. So, honestly, within due time, we'll definitely get to that. So, no matter what, if we don't see it now, we'll see it later. So, it doesn't really bother me. Also, that poor Spartha. Worst possible spawn for it. Thing is, if I were to throw a Pokeball at it, it would take it out of the ground. So, it's not stuck there. It's just, for the time being, it is. But, let's make our way to the Area Zero bunker, and see what's going on with the Zero Lab in this version of the game. Because the thing is, I have a sneaking suspicion that Seda and Toro have the same events happen to them. Based on the fact that the 4th lab, we know it's like that because Toro was attacked by Miraidon. Or both Miraidons. One Miraidon was trying to protect our Miraidon, and the aggressive Miraidon was trying to, attack the other Miraidon. Instead, Toro jumped in front of Miraidon, and, that's history for Toro. Thing is, we're not 100% on Seda because, we need to see Seda to be able to 100% confirm that answer. And, honestly, based on Toro, officially being shown off after this small event here, we're about to definitely meet Seda, I'm pretty sure. So, I guess we'll find out in due time for sure. But, here we go. Have we finally reached the deepest parts? We made it. We're to see if those legends of treasure down here are for real. Honestly, based on Violet, there was no treasure. But maybe there is one in here. You never know. Honestly, we never went back to Area Zero after the game. So, let's be honest here, there probably could be, if we really look down there.
Yeah, right. This is fluffy right to fill the textbooks.
Oh, and here comes Seda. So let's see what's going on.
Hello, children. You've done well to make it here. The structure you see before you is a Zero Lab.
Yep, it is.
That's where you are, right, Professor?
Yep, based on where Toro was, Seda would be in the same spots.
But wait, why does it look like the whole place is being swallowed up by crystals? The crystals here in Area Zero possess a peculiar energy. This energy can alter the functions of living things and optimize the performance of machinery. It is the same energy that allows Pokemon to terrestrialize.
Yep, that is indeed true.
So this entire building's been terrestrialized. Is that what you're saying?
Don't be silly, Arven.
It is technically the case.
The professor implied something important about Terran system. They're made from the crystals down here in Area Zero, aren't they?
Yep, they definitely are. Some things are definitely 100% the same, but there is small differences between them, and that's the whole point of doing this, just to see what the differences were. If the stories are the exact same, then so be it, but there has been minor changes in between both stories, so it was definitely worth the, second excursion through the endgame. But, yeah, definitely odd, though, because that would mean someone mined those crystals, brought them up to the top, and someone else knows about this place, right? Or at least the scientists that originally went down here know about it, and know how truly dangerous it really is, without ever releasing any kind of information on it. And if somebody were to come down here without any knowledge of Paradox Pokemon, they meet a grisly end. So, yeah, definitely foreboding for sure with everything with that. Because who knows how many people have come down here and, had the same fate as, one of the researchers as well as one of the professors. So, yeah, definitely, terrifying. But it is still the same place in both the versions. and both are just as terrifying, to be completely honest. Or at least for the time being. Unless we could do something about the Paradox Pokemon, and I don't know if there's multiple versions for every single one, since the Jigglypuffs and the Delibirds and the Hydreigons spawn very commonly. But the thing is the other Pokemon that we have yet to see, we saw Iron Hands and we saw all the ones for the future, unless there's still more that we don't know about. But we didn't see any of those wild. We've only saw them with, obviously, Toro. So, definitely weird, for sure. But, honestly, who knows? Well, let's continue.
Indeed, though not many know it.
If you say so.
Since you've disabled all 4 blocks, the gate to the Zero Lab should now open for you. But once you open the gate, you'll quickly be confronted with the dangerous Pokemon inside. They will likely make a break for freedom.
Dangerous Pokemon? It sounds like a problem. It definitely sounds like a problem.
With the 4 of you working together, you should be able to best them.
Fair. Definitely fair. That was the case in the other one.
Prepare yourselves well, then open the gates.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
You've got me and Spooks here. Doesn't matter what we're up against. We'll be fine.
True.
Well, that puts all my worries to rest.
True. And we're both champion level trainers, so literally, let's be honest here, Arven and Penny could easily become them as well. So, we'll be perfectly fine. We were in the other game, so I feel like we'll definitely be fine here. Open the gate to the Zero Lab. Yes, sirree. Okay, let's do it. You decide to press the button and open.
Hold it.
What's going on, Arven?
Why? We're finally on the cusp of getting into the lab.
Look, it's true about that a bunch of really dangerous Pokemon might come at us, and shouldn't we also have Koraidon help?
True. It is definitely worth a shot. The last time we did that, Miraidon did not have a fun time. But maybe we'll get lucky here. You never know.
Yeah. If Koraidon were like how we first saw it in the Inlet Grotto, that'd be a huge help. I want to see it battle.
Same here, honestly.
But it hasn't even learned to nice Friday ever since we came down to Area Zero. And you can't enter its battle form in the first place.
True.
But it's really strong, I know it is. And all those Herbo Mystica we found too. When it really matters, I'm sure it'll fight.
Which is probably true.
And Area Zero, it's where it used to live, right? If you bring it out of its ball now, maybe it'll be able to find its family too, right?
Maybe.
That's pretty sensible by your standards, Arven. I don't know. Go on, Spooks. Let Koraidon out.
Okay, let's try it. So, Koraidon, come on out, buddy. Hopefully, you'll be okay. Because the thing is with Miraidon, we know what happened. So I'm hoping the other Koraidon's not dangerous. Because the thing is, the other Miraidon was dangerous. And based on that Area Zero research lab for the 4th one, yeah, I'm not really sure on it being friendly. I really feel like the same thing happened between Seda and Toro in that case scenario. But maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe that wasn't what happened in this game.
Alright, come on, Spooks. Now that we've got Koraidon ready, it's time to open the gate.
Okay, let's open the gate and see what ends up pouring out of that Area Zero lab. Because let's be honest here, there's still Pokemon we don't know about from the prehistoric times that are the Paradox Pokemon of this game. Oh, and yep, there's a Koraidon of this game. So, same kind of idea so far, but maybe it's friendly. I highly doubt it, but I guess we'll find out. It's in battle mode, so I'm really pretty sure.
The family reunion, it's happening.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. It looks like the same scenario it looks like. Yep, that definitely looks like a territorial dispute, if I've ever seen one. Oh, poor little guy.
Not something that brings.
Oh, and there's the Zero Lab open again. And just like with Miraidon, Koraidon, the other version of it, is leaving us alone to go further in. Not good. Definitely not good. I also like how the eyes of Koraidon and Miraidon actually do react like a real lizard, because I used to have pet lizards, and their eyes actually, when they're scared, they actually go like that. And Koraidon, although it's not scared, I've never seen an angry lizard, to be honest, but I know that when scared lizards, their eyes, pupils go weird, and they're not, like, circular. They go kind of like that, and, like, kind of like a needle, kind of, in both ends. And it's definitely very cool that they actually, added that, because that's actually something big towards lizards. And it's definitely interesting to see, because it's something I know about heavily well, because I used to have 2 of them. I had little leopard geckos before, so, and these kind of remind me of them in a way. They're not leopard geckos for sure, that's not what they're based on, but they kind of give me, from the face in the very front, where they're kind of like nose and mouth meet, that kind of reminds me of a leopard gecko, for me, anyways. And maybe that's why I like Koraidon and Miraidon so much, is because of my past, time with my old little buddies, Kraid and Grima. Those were my little lizards' names before, they're no longer around. One of them's still around somewhere, but at the time when I had actually kind of give up my original one, because I ended up moving out of the house for a time, and, well, there's no way for me to get it back. But honestly, I had a great time with those lizards. One of them, lived its full life, but the other one I had to give away. But I really liked those lizards, though. They were a big, it was pretty nice to have them. And I have a lot of good memories with them. But honestly, yeah, it definitely seems that my hunch on Seda and Toro might actually be unfolding the same way. But the thing is we still need to see Seda, though.
Huh? What's wrong? Are you bummed that your heartwarming family reunion got cut off so quickly?
That was far from heartwarming.
Are you joking? There's nothing heartwarming about it. We were this close to getting caught up in a nasty brawl.
Wait, for real? Yep, for real.
Just look at your rhino, poor thing's terrified. Guess the other one isn't exactly its pal.
Yeah, that other Pokemon was giving off some real bad vibes.
Yeah, true there.
Not that you should worry a thing about any of that, though. Once we get you back into your battle form, I'm sure you'll be going toe-to-toe against that big jerk. If you want to, of course.
Yeah, I don't think Koraidon wants that, just like Miraidon really didn't.
So sorry. Guess it really doesn't help, huh?
Not really, but at least you tried.
Do you think something like Koraidon was one of these dangerous Pokemon the Professor warned us about? To, watch out for?
I'm still not sure on that one. I'm pretty sure it's the things that come out, based on what we saw with Violet. Unless, maybe we don't get attacked. I have a feeling we are gonna but you never know. I feel it's the Paradox Pokemon that attacked us in Violet, for sure. But Koraidon / Miraidon definitely could have been one of those that we were supposed to be warned about. I'm honestly not sure, because it really wasn't explained, for sure. But, yeah, still though, nonetheless, weird, for sure.
But didn't the professor say the dangerous Pokemon would come out from inside?
Huh, you mean from inside the gate we just...
Oh, and there's 2 new ones. So we got a Mungus and as well as Misdreavus. Really? So not Miss Magius, but Misdreavus. That's interesting. But Amoonguss looks pretty wild looking. Huh. That is very interesting. Huh. It's like grassy moss is like growing off the top of the mushroom.
What the?
Yeah, that does not look good. And this even further gives me the vibes that these are kind of like Mega Evolutions in my honest opinion. They remind me of Mega Evolutions. But the thing is the difference here is this is a Mismagius and not a Misdrevious, because normally it would be Misdrevious for Mega Evolutions back in the day. So it's interesting. And it's huge. Wait a minute, I'm just noticing how huge the Misdrevious is compared to the normal ones. Wow, the thing's like 5 times the size or 6 times the size of what the normal ones are in this game. Okay then. But Amoonguss is kind of like double the size. But interesting. Also, does it have a tail? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's weird. Does normal Amoonguss have tails? I don't think so. I think they only have 2 legs too. And they have like 4 legs. That's weird. Huh. Okay then. We're surrounded. Yep, we definitely are.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious they're not here to roll out a friendly welcome mat, too.
There's no way we can handle this many. And don't tell me they're all into Pokemon.
We get a little disaster on our hands here.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Look, even that fellow's ready to bail.
Done. I guess it's my turn. I've been waiting for it. Come on, Spooks. Let's do this together.
Okay, let's do it indeed. Honestly, it felt like double battles in Violet's version. Yeah, it's still 1-on-1. Or 2-on-1. But I do feel like, if they were double battles in this, it would actually make a little bit more sense. To be completely honest. But the thing is we definitely need to do some damage here. Especially to the Great Tusks. But thankfully, because of our psychic typing, we can easily do that. Because of it being ground fighting. But down goes our first one.
Wow, they're strong. Now this is a worthwhile challenge.
Yeah, you can definitely say that one again. But yeah, Amoonguss looks weird. Compared to what it normally looks like, it looks completely different. Which is weird. But I like it though. I like the change. Because honestly, it feels like a 3rd evolution at this point for Amoonguss and not a Mega Evolution. Which is quite strange because it definitely looks different compared to what I remember. Because I used to use Amoonguss back in, it was one of the Pokemon that I bred for competitive single-player stuff. So it's kind of weird to see it like this. It gives me a vibe of, the mouth kind of reminds me of squids. And if you look at the bottom of a squid, it has, a kind of a beak like that. So it's kind of weird, but cool at the same time. But let's continue.
I think I'm on your side, but you're still really annoying when you say stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely Nemona can be a little too excited. But honestly, that's one reason why we really like her.
Why is he coming at me? Spooks, help me out here.
Okay, we'll definitely try. And here we go, we got a whole new Paradox Pokemon we've never seen before. And we still have the Fluttermane to go through as well. Because, let's be honest here, that is definitely the name of that thing because I accidentally saw that one. I tried to not say its name, but I accidentally said it. I was trying to keep that one secret because that was one of the Pokemon that I've seen. But this one I'm definitely never seen. Fruit Bonnets. Cool. It's got kind of like that Shogun kind of helmet kind of thing, kind of like how the King's Gambits had, or the Bisharp's evolution has. That's pretty cool. I like that. But let's see here. What we should probably do is probably going to be poison type still, right? It could be. It could be a grass type. I'm not sure. Let's go with the guess on the fact that it could be a psychic type. Or not psychic type, but psychic type will do damage to it. But yeah, the Mismagius was one Pokemon I accidentally saw. That was another one just like the... Oh, it doesn't affect the Brute Bonnets. Okay. So Psychic doesn't affect it. So the only typings that happens with is Dark. So it's a Dark type. so Dazzling Gleam would be smarter here. But thing is wow, okay, that hit like a truck. I'm surprised that hits with the fact that I'm sleeping and there's no way for me to actually swing at you, but can't really do anything about that one, to be completely fair and honest. But if Yukio goes down with an unfair, advantage here. Also, I just noticed that Sucker Punch hit like a truck. Wow. Okay then. That's very interesting. Mostly with the fact that Amoonguss is tank normally. So, if it's hitting that hard, it must be very, very strong in its stats compared to a normal Amoonguss would be. But, thankfully, as long as we don't get hit with another Sucker Punch here, which we did, we go down. But the thing is we now know that Fairy type is effective against it. So, as long as we use Spooky here, we'll be fine. But the thing is we don't need to, because it's already at 64. Why did I say 64? I said 64 because of level, but it's pretty close to going down anyways. So, I'm gonna say we could definitely go in Spooky here for safety reasons, because Spooky won't take any damage because of its disguise. Because, obviously, the disguise is what takes damage. So we'll perfectly be fine. Thing is, we definitely, need to be careful around the next one. Because I have no idea what kind of typing it could be. Because the thing is Miss Magius normally is just a ghost-type Pokemon. So, it could be a completely different type than it normally is. And it could have two typings, for all I know. So, yeah, definitely not sure on that one. But I did not expect Amoonguss to be a dark type, though. That's interesting. But let's continue, though, with our prehistoric journey here into, space and time, I guess you could say at this point.
The ancient past must be terrifying.
So you could say that again. With the fact that they're double the size, yeah, you could definitely say that one.
Oh no, they're running away. Yeah, and
if those Pokemon get out, we're gonna have a gigantic mess on our hands. We gotta go after them, Penny.
Like me.
Wait. Haha.
Hold on, Nemona. And why do I get the feeling you're enjoying all this?
She definitely is. She likes Pokemon battling, so that's for sure.
Hope the two of them can handle their parts. But at least the crowd's been thinned down now. Guess it's up to us to deal with what's left.
Yep, and that's for sure. So, based on what we remember, the Iron Hands is the direct opposites of the Brute Bonnets. So, futuristic Hariyama is in the place of the Brute Bonnet in Violets. So we now know that. And then, I actually forgot who was in this place. This was, no, I don't think it was Volcarona. There's only a couple that we can kind of go with, because... Hydreigon, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was Hydreigon. I was trying to remember it, so Miss Magius would spawn where the Hydreigon would spawn. Or at least that would make sense. To me, at least. Interesting. Okay, then. But let's keep going.
Let's go for the strong-looking one first.
Well, probably the best idea, to be honest. I'm gonna go with a guess here. I'm seeing, light pink on the edges of the Pokemon there. I honestly really do not know the typing of this thing. I've only seen a picture of this thing, and that's all I really know in the name. So, that was the only thing I really got spoiled when it came to the Paradox Pokemon for this game. But the thing is I didn't see it until we finished Violet's version. So, let's be honest here, I was really not far off anyways, so we were going to see it eventually anyways. But, still though, definitely I'm getting a fairy typing vibe from it, from the pink. It could be a flying type too, based on the fact that it's kind of moving its little ears there, slash head tentacle things, like it's actually flying with them. So it could be a flying type. But if it is a fairy type, let's go Flash Cannon. And if this does end up working, that's good for us. It is super effective. Okay, so that answers that question. Unless it's a different typing that we don't know about. But at least we know that that it is working. And Crunch hit it like a truck. Okay then. Well, good on you, Arven. And Mabostiff, you definitely hit it much harder than I thought you would with a Crunch there. Due to the fact that I did not feel like that would do damage, but apparently it did. So I'm guessing it's a Ghost Fairy type then. Because normally that would be not very effective on a Fairy type. So it is a double typing. But it seems like it kept the Ghost typing though, if that's the case. Unless it's a Psychic type, that's also an option. But still weird though.
See, power friendship had us perfectly in sync. All things were tied and hung together.
Koraidon.
Still scared, huh? You worried you might have to face the other one of your kind. Well then, let me take on some of the burden. These stragglers should be nothing. Me and Mabostiff here can take them on.
Yep, I can definitely you'll definitely be good here.
So, Spooks, you take your partner there. Go take care of business.
Okay, got it.
Glad to see you've got some faith in us at last. Mabostiff can't wait to battle either.
We did say butt before, so I wanted to see the difference between that. I would normally say butt in that situation, though.
Koraidon, you really ruined my whole childhood, you know. But it's not like seeing you cower and scared out your wits. It makes me feel any better about it. You've got amazing powers. Just use them. You've got us, and you've got us too. So don't even think about losing to that jerk, okay? Be brave, stand up and fight.
Yep, stand up and fight, Koraidon. And let's say one last thing to go to Arven here, and then we'll head on in.
Go, Spooks. We'll follow as soon as we can.
Okay, before we go any further, though, I want to check the typings of those Pokemon, just because I'm curious. Because now we have the option to, so let's definitely take a look here. So, Brute Bonnets was a Grass Dark type. Okay, so it kept the Grass typing, but it lost Poison typing for Dark type. Okay, interesting. And then Fluttermane was a Ghost Fairy type. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. But at least we have that information now. So we know 4 of the Paradox Pokemon now. With... Actually, you know what? We'll do what we did with the other game as well. We'll look at the other Pokedex entries and see if we can kind of get an idea of what it could possibly be for the next one. I'm not even sure what that is. Okay, then. That's definitely different. And I have no idea what that could be. Okay, then. Weird. Should we keep Yukio at the front? I'm trying to think of it. It's probably the safest option. Or you can throw Spooky at the front. It's not a bad idea. By any means. You know what? We'll do it. Because Spooky is a returning Pokemon. So we'll give him a little bit more screen time, right? And honestly, he might be the best option for the first one in the front of our team anyways. Let's make our way into the Zero Lab and see what's going on with Zeta here. Because it looks like they're in the same position that Toro was in. And saying the same thing, too.
Hidden presence detected within the Zero Lab.
Well, hey, Zeta. And her attire is definitely much more obviously prehistoric compared to Toro's. Now that we're kind of seeing the lower half of her as well. She's even wearing a loincloth. That's interesting.
Deactivating sleep mode.
Okay, and that confirms that one. But the difference, I noticed something. Wasn't Toro's eyes blue when the sleep mode deactivated? I swear they were. That's weird. Why is that?
Hello, Spooks. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. I'm guessing that must be, yep, Koraidon. It looks much more terrifying when it's in battle mode, in my opinion.
No, back to your ball.
And there goes Koraidon. Okay. So just like Toro, both had the Pokemon. Interesting.
That one is far less traceable, or tractable, and far more aggressive than the one you've traveled with.
True there. Koraidon here has been very, very friendly, just like Miraidon was in our other adventure.
Your Koraidon fled Area 0 because it lost to the other one in territorial struggle.
Yep, definitely seems that way. So that confirms that, and based on the fact that you said deactivating sleep mode, I'm guessing the exact same thing happened to Seda, which is pretty sad, honestly. So poor Arven gets the shortest end of the stick on both versions of the game, which is very unfortunate, based on what we know about what happened to Toro. But, with that being said, let's continue.
I'm afraid that there is something for which I must apologize. I am not the true Professor Seda.
What are you talking about? Then who are you? Yeah, then who are you, then?
I'm an artificial intelligence the Professor created, imbued with her memories and knowledge. In short, I am an AI-powered robot. The real Professor passed away during the incident that destroyed Research Station Number 4.
The incident passed away. The incident, you say? I think we said passed away in the other one, so I'll do this option this time.
The Professor was not to be blamed. He was the original Professor who failed to accurately judge.
Or the Pokemon was not to blame.
The original its full power. I believe the Professor wanted nothing more than for Koraidon to survive and thrive. That is why she threw herself in front of your Koraidon in an attempt to protect it.
Okay, so just like Toro with Miraidon. Interesting. I'm surprised that it wasn't Koraidon being secondary, as well as Miraidon being secondary. I'm wondering why they chose to do two Koraidons and two Miraidons in both stories, because they easily could have did the other version. And that makes me wonder, can we catch the other one? Because I honestly don't know. Well, maybe it went with Toro to the future, now I think about it. But then it's still interesting nonetheless. Weird. Very, very weird, but still interesting though.
From the time I first reached out to Director Clavell and asked to be put in contact with you, I was never more than an AI. Spooks, the reason I asked you to come to me is because I have one last thing to do here at the A0 lab, and I desire your help. In short, I wish you to put a stop to the time machine the original Professor created.
Okay. So same reasons, but obviously different Paradox Pokemon, for sure.
Any questions can be addressed as we make our descent. Follow me.
Okay. Let's follow Seda. Although the stories are very similar between the two, I still see some minor differences that still make my journey through here worth every minute, just because of the fact that we're learning quite a lot. Feel like we're still good. It healed all our Pokemon for us. We got another booster energy. Did we ever take a look at these things? Can we? You can see a strange rock-like clump. Something inside this machine. Okay. What are these? It's weird. Probably the crystals from outside. It's so weird. Can we read these? I actually didn't check. We should double check just in case. Oh, there's a notebook in here. Okay, we definitely need to read this in the other version. Various research documents are scattered on the desk. Okay, never mind. I thought it was going to be the notebook. I still need to double check if they are different between the two games. If they aren't, then obviously we'll, skip out on reading the extra documents in Violet's if they are the exact same. And it looks like we can't look at this one, it looks like, which is unfortunate. But at least, it gave me the idea of thinking that it was. But it looks like none of that is important, which is interesting. But I do think that they might be similar, or the exact same between the very first 4 of them. Or even, was it 5? Yeah, it was 5, wasn't it? Because one was closed up in one of the labs. So, it very is possible that the books may not be important to read again. Because the thing is it could be the exact same in both of them. You never know, but it's still interesting though, nonetheless.
This elevator will take us down to the lower level. Step inside.
Okay, step inside indeed. Okay, here we go. And honestly, with what we know what happened with Toro and the Paradise Protection Protocol, I am finding this very foreboding. But maybe we'll be fine.
Spooks, it truly is a great relief to me that you came. I will answer any questions you have. Is there anything you wish to know?
What is an AI really? What is a time machine? What happened to the real professor? Well, we have to go through all 3 anyways, so let's see.
An AI is an artificial intelligence created by a human being. A computer draws on the original professor's knowledge and memories to calculate all of mine, thoughts, and actions. The results of these calculations are expressed in this mechanical body, built to resemble the professor in every way. Humanity does not in fact possess the knowledge to develop such a sophisticated AI. At present, the crystals that make up the Zero Lab have made such a thing possible here. They are also why I cannot leave this place, though.
Okay, just like Toro. Okay. Well, what happened to the real professor in this game?
As I explained to you before, the original professor no longer exists. During the destruction of the research station, her physical body received grievous injuries that left it unable to sustain life. I am afraid that this fact may be difficult for her son Arven to accept. I now manage the Zero Lab in the original professor's place.
Okay. Good to know. And what is this time machine?
The time machine is a device that the original professor and I worked on together. It sends Pokemon to different points in the timeline to catch Pokemon there, and it can then draw them back here to the present. When she was alive, Professor Zeta had a great fascination with Pokemon from another age that you might call ancient Pokemon.
Also, technically fossilized Pokemon too, because I haven't seen a fossil Pokemon in this game, so that's one thing I thought was weird. There was not a single fossil Pokemon. And I feel like the ancient Pokemon here, the prehistoric ones, are supposed to take the role of the fossil Pokemon in this game, which is interesting, because technically there was no real Victory Road, although Victory Road was the storyline. And then 2, the fossil Pokemon didn't make an appearance at all, in any sort of way. You probably could get fossil Pokemon, like, the old ones, but not a single one of the new ones are in this game, which is weird. So, yeah, very odd.
Even as we speak, the time machine continues to automatically draw ancient Pokemon at this time. Is there anything else you wish to ask?
What is it you really want?
The original professor had a dream of a world in which ancient Pokemon might live alongside present-day Pokemon in harmony. These Pokemon's powers seem to stem from a primal energy in the ancient past, and this energy has proved too terrible. Their very existence brings destruction to the ecological balance of this modern age. The original professor would say that such destruction is a natural part of life. At present, the barrier around Area Zero is still working to keep the ancient Pokemon from escaping into the rest of Paldea. But we've begun to see Pokemon appear that can break the barriers such as Great Tusk. Eventually they will break free in this walled garden known as Area Zero and run rampant across the Paldea region. And when they do, the rich and varied ecosystem of Paldea will be trampled beneath their coming. And you have been created as a copy for the professor, and yet, I cannot seem to find the logic in allowing such a tragedy to occur. But any hope of preventing it would require of becoming the greatest AI the original professor ever devised. Spooks, you've become a formidable trainer. Now use its strength you have gained to destroy the dream Zeta once cherished.
Okay, we can do it. We can definitely do it.
I appreciate your willingness to help.
No problem. Well, here we are. We finally reached the time machine based on what we know about Violet. It was right past this elevator. So here we are.
We have reached the lowest level.
Okay, here we go. Time machine, here we come. And I'm wondering if the time machine is any difference between the two games. Room seems the same, which makes sense. But I'm wondering if the actual... Nope, it's still a metallic structure. Okay then. Weird. But yeah, same room, but obviously different professor.
Behold, this is the time machine we perfected using the power of the terrestrial phenomenon.
Which is definitely very high-tech, based on what we can definitely tell. And that thing up there still looks terrifying to me, just to be completely honest. Here we go. Let's go prepare the final thing of what we need to do. Let's talk to Professor Seda, though, before we do it.
To stop the time machine, you will need to use Professor's ID, which has been embedded within the Scarlet book. It was very like the Professor to put the final key in that book of all places. She has loved that volume since childhood. If you place the Scarlet book upon the pedestal here, you will be able to stop the time machine.
Okay. Noted. Just like with Violet, that was definitely a thing we can definitely do, but it was easier said than done.
There is just one issue. If you try to stop the machine, I will most likely attack you.
Yep, just like with Toro. But both warned us before it happened, though, which is still a good thing, because of the fact that at least we knew about it before it happened.
An artificial being that I am, my own desires, can be overridden by the system's programming. Once that happens, I'm afraid I will become no more than a battle machine, bound to defeat anyone identified as an obstacle by my code. My battling abilities are pureless. They are built upon the analysis of all the battles carried out by the various champions of Paldea region.
Except for ours, technically, because there wouldn't be no way for her to have our battle prowess. Unless, maybe it is scanned. I'm not sure. It's possible, but I'm thinking probably we're the only person not scanned, because of the fact that we just became a champion. And I would think she would have enough time to, and Tora would have enough time to scan Nemona, because she's the previous champion, before we become a champion rank trainer. So, maybe that's why we were able to win. I'm not sure, but we still don't know what's going to happen here, so could be the same, could be different. Only one way to really find out. And honestly, here we go.
Having seen the bond between you and your Pokémon, however, I believe you can prevail.
Well, that's good to hear.
Once you've readied yourself for this fight, please place the Scarlet book upon the pedestal.
Okay. With that being said, well, nope, she didn't want to talk to us just like Toro. Okay, well, you place the Scarlet book on the pedestal. I guess we vote. So, here we go. Only one thing we can do. See what happens once we put it in.
ID confirmed, Professor Seda. Initiating emergency shutdown. Please wait. Please wait. Access denied.
Yep, just like with Toro.
Shutdown command overridden. Reinitializing. It's up to you now, Spooks. AI Seda switching to sleep mode. Activating offensive protocols.
Uh-oh, here we go. And knowing what happened with Toro, this is not going to be easy.
Please defeat me.
We'll try. We'll definitely try. And here we go. But we do remember one thing.
At last. At last my dream is within reach. You're not getting in the way.
You definitely say that, but that doesn't mean that's the case. But here we go. AI Seda, and honestly, not sure how this is going to go, based on the fact that we have no idea what all the Paradox Pokemon of this region is for Scarlet, so we're still not ready. but AI Zeta has initiated battle. Okay, here we go. Still with Master Balls, though. Oh, it was a Volcarona. Interesting. So that's what that was. So there was a Paradox version of both Volcarona in both versions.
I don't know who you think you are, and I'm not about to let anyone get in the way of my goals.
Yeah, definitely, you can try, but you're called a Slitherwing. So, prehistoric Volcarona and futuristic Volcarona both exist. Interesting. Is it still fire type? That's the real question. That's really a good question. It's probably still a bug type, right? That would make sense to me. But the thing is I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I don't think it would be weak to fighting, because we already had a dark type. Could be, and I don't think it's a steel type. Let's go Shadow Claw. I want to see. Let's test some weaknesses here. It was a critical hit, so I guess it doesn't matter.
What? Some sort of error has occurred here. Recalculating for critical damage.
Okay, well here comes Lunge. It is a bug type though, because it's using Lunge, and Lunge is a bug type move. So we know it's a bug type, so good. At least we know that. And if we can get another hit with Shadow Claw, we're easily going to take down the prehistoric Volcarona here. But apparently we didn't. Oh, it's got Zen Headbutts. Okay.
This is the power the ancient past holds. Splendid, isn't it?
It's pretty cool. So it's Bug Psychic maybe then. Because normally Zen Headbutt isn't used by Volcarona. But the thing is normally Volcarona is a special attacker, isn't it? So it's a physical version in the prehistoric times. That's weird. Okay then, let's definitely go for another Shadow Claw, knock out the Slitherwing, and down goes our very first of the Paradox Pokemon / prehistoric Pokemon, Fluttermane. Okay, we know this one. This is the Fairy typing one. So we want to definitely go back into Yu-Gi-Oh here, because Yu-Gi-Oh with her obviously Steel type attack can definitely deal with it. Technically we could go for Spooky as well, but I want to definitely swap out with all our Pokemon, just like we did with Violet, so just so we can get like a good, grasp of everything with all the Pokemon and stuff. But here we go, Fluttermane. We know this one, so we know what to do here. So let's definitely go straight into Flash Cannon here, and try and do a good hit here. Okay, half its HP in one hit, not bad.
Now, this is interesting, child. Do you actually understand ancient Pokemon's weaknesses?
Well, we kind of already fought this one, so it was easy to figure that one out. And that did not hit good.
Do you imagine you can be best and wealth of data at my disposal with your human brain?
I tried. I can definitely say that one, but down goes Yu-Gi-Oh. I was not ready for her to go down so easily. Thing is, we might have to go back into Spooky here, because of the weakness. So let's just play it safe, because Yu-Gi-Oh went down to 1 hit, and we don't have her disguise anymore. So, you're faster than me. Really? You're faster than a Mimikyu? That's not very often you see that. Just because of the fact that
Just as calculated, critical hit to your Pokemon. It's time for you simply to give up, child.
Yeah, not happening. But she had multiple different dialogues, that's pretty cool. Because I don't think we got all the ones for Toro. So that's pretty cool to see. Thing is, Mimikyu is pretty fast. So if Mimikyu went down, we need something faster. So there's only 2 options here. Well, actually 3. We can either go Xander, Sephirum, or we can go Gigawatt. I'm gonna say let's probably go... Let's go into Gigawatt here, maybe. I'm trying to think, how much HP does this thing have still? I'm pretty sure it's still half. Or no way, actually, we dropped into red, didn't we? So we should be fine. Let's go into Xander. Just because it is the starter I picked for this version. And honestly, well, we didn't drop it down to half, but still. At least, we get to use the starter for this game. But the reason why I wanted to do this is because I wanted to show you guys the special ability for Meowscarda. So, Flower Trick. The user throws a rigged bouquet of flowers at the target. This attack never misses and always lands a critical hit. And it's actually Magician. And like magicians, they never tell how they do their tricks, and they're always rigged. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I thought I just wanted to mention that to you guys, just so you guys know about it. But, because it always crits, it might be you have Mystical Fire, of course you do, and you're faster than Xander. That's not good. That is very not good. Okay, I was expecting you to be a little slower, but apparently you were faster. But down goes Fluttermane. Good. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the fastest Pokemon that Sata's gonna have. Screamtail. Screamtail was the Jigglypuff, but the thing is, I'm trying to remember the typing. It was a fairy type, right? So, although in normal circumstances I wouldn't do this, but the thing is we have Poison Jab on Saphiri here, so let's just go for it and play it safe, right? So, let's get a good old Garchomp out here, and let's prepare. But here comes Screamtail, the giant Jigglypuff from the prehistoric era that we fought earlier. And also, she has similar teeth to Sata too, because Sata also has kind of like the little pointed teeth on the sides of her mouth. Whenever she opens her mouth, sometimes you can see it, which I noticed, but I never had to mention it while we were, doing the dialogues, because there was no, reason to bring it up. But now that I think about it, with the Jigglypuff, maybe that was a reason. But here we go, Ice Punch. Surprised you have Ice Punch, to be honest. Well, we are faster than you. Poison Jab's doing a lot of damage. So let's just keep the Poison Jabs in. Down goes Screamtail. Okay, another one down. But two of them we've seen before. Brute Bonnet. We know this one. This is the Grass Dark type for the Amoonguss. So, thing is we can either go for the Dark type weakness, which could be Play Rough here. And I don't think we have a Fighting type for the other weakness, but we do have a Bug type. So we still have things we can do here. Thing is how do we do it? How do we want to do it? I'm going to say, let's go back into Xander here. Because Xander might be safer in this case scenario. Xander is definitely going to go down, though. I have a feeling. Because the thing is I'm pretty sure Brute Bonnet is going to survive with probably just a little bit of health. It's very possible. But maybe we'll get it. You never know. So let's see. And it is going Sucker Punch. We barely survived. But we did get the Play Rough in. It might go for another Sucker Punch. But if it doesn't, we get a free knockout. And it is. Okay. I had a feeling it would. It just makes a lot of sense to me. I'm going to try not to heal if we don't have to. Because I want to, do this like a normal fight. Because none of the trainers healed in any of the fights, which I was expecting them to do so. But the thing is they didn't, so honestly I don't mind, going one-on-one and toe-to-toe to them. And I just realized something. It's a Grass Dark type. We do 4 times damage with X-Scissor. I don't know why we didn't just do Infiltrate to begin with, or Amphitrite. I'm trying to remember how you're actually supposed to say that. It's based on Poseidon's wife in Greek mythology. But, let's see here, Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks. Well, it's 100% a ground type, right? Or rock type. So, I guess we go into Saphira here. Because the thing is we can easily go Liquidation here. And if it is a rock type, we can go for Earthquake. So, let's go into the safety option here. I wish we had, Rough Skin, though. Because the thing is our Garchomp doesn't have any... Whoa, that's weird. Okay, then. So, Prehistoric Magneton. Okay, then. Very interesting, but I understand the design, though. Which is very interesting. So it's walking on the magnets, which is very interesting. And then it looks like it has, magnetic sand attached to it, which is cool. Huh. Which makes it look like it has hair. But I think we go Liquidation here. Because I feel like, with the fact that it's called Sandy, it is, okay, it was super effective. So it is a ground type with the fact that it just used Earth Power. So good. Good thing we went into Saphira here. Because let's be honest here, if we can do any good hits here, it's honestly gonna matter. And now she's down to her last Pokemon. Well, technically last Pokemon, but let's be honest here. Iron Valiant was Tauros, so here we go with the strongest of them all. AI Sata is about to send out Roaring Moon. We switch out Pokemon. Roaring Moon. I'm trying to think of what that could possibly be. We haven't used Gigawatt yet, so let's go into Gigawatt. And then we'll figure out from there. So we get to use our whole team here, because I want to make sure that we use every single one. And obviously, once we're done with Scarlet...
everything is proceeding with my expectations. I'm afraid the probability of you winning is 0.
But as I was saying, once we're done with Scarlet here, we'll eventually transfer all these Pokemon over. So we'll definitely use them later, but it has a booster energy. So, okay, photosynthesis, its attack was heightened. Okay, so photosynthesis is their abilities. Interesting. Thing is what kind of typing are you? Are you still a dragon type? That's the real question. You remind me of Wybeltal a little bit. But the thing is Salamence had a Mega Evolution. And this is definitely different than the Mega Salamence that was from the past. So, okay then. I'm gonna say... Discharge, maybe? You have feathers, so you make me think that you could be... Nope, you're not flying type. But we did paralyze you. So maybe that was still worth it. Okay, well at least we did it. And you have Stone Edge. Okay, so it's a rock type. Okay, so this is definitely the closest thing to a fossil Pokemon on the entire team. Because the rock typing is always a typing of the fossil type Pokemon from the distant past, obviously, from the older games. They were always rock type variants. So that's interesting. So Roaring Moon is basically the fossil of this game. If we want to call any Pokemon a fossil, that is definitely it. But down it goes.
Impossible.
Sorry, Seda. We had to take you down. But I don't think this is over just yet, based on what we know about the other game. But that Pokemon team was definitely terrifying. I will say that one. And that Fluttermane was scary. So, yeah. Definitely was not ready for that thing to outspeed most of our team, with the fact that we had some really fast Pokemon. But, down goes Seda. And here comes our team. Good thing we got you guys. Spooks.
What is this?
Did you already beat all the baddies without me? Technically, yes.
Okay, I'm with you. Who are you really?
Definitely not Seda, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you for everything. The time machine has finally been stopped.
You're really not my mom, are you?
Oh, look, how big you've grown. So proud of you. Sorry, you were alone so long, Arven.
Mom?
Security system failure. Security system failure. Threat to time machine detected. Threat to time machine detected.
What's going on now?
Is this another army of Pokemon on its way here?
It cannot be.
Yeah, but here we go. Paradise Protection Protocol, right?
An obstacles preventing time machine from performing as intended. Activating Paradise Protection Protocol to remove the offending obstacle. What with keeping time machine running truly all the professor cared about? Locking all Pokeballs except those registered as Seda's ID.
Wait, what?
Program initializing gathering terrestrial energy. I'm sorry, children. This is too much for you.
Yep.
You must run.
No chance of running now.
AI Seda disabled. Paradise Protection Protocol initialized.
And here we go. The final fight of our adventure for the main story. And also, I just noticed something. Her clothes actually changed a completely different color. I'm pretty sure that happened with Toro as well.
You are not getting in my way.
You were challenged by AI Seda, but honestly, you were actually challenged by the Paradise Protection Protocol. Here we go. The final major fight of our main story. And then we go into post-game. But poor Spooky's been locked into his Pokeball, so there's no chance of using him. But Koraidon, the Guardian of Paradise. So, only thing we can do, Let's go in our Pokedex. Oh wait, we can't go in the bag, forgot. We had to go straight for Koraidon here. So swap in Koraidon, and only one thing we could possibly do. Koraidon versus Koraidon for the final little fight of our main story. And then post-game afterwards. But the thing is we still need to do our paradox search for both games, which obviously we'll be doing both games at the same time. Obviously, we'll swap between the two, obviously, and we'll do a cut for that, but the thing is we still need to do that. And we'll start with Scarlet, and then we'll go back into Violet, just to transition better. But here we go. Good old Koraidon. Hope you're ready for battle form, because we're definitely going to need it. But I will say one thing. Both Miraidon and Koraidon are pretty good, and it's really hard to choose between the two. Just to be completely honest, I really like both designs. This was a game that was really hard to choose which one you really wanted to play. And honestly, that's why I buy both Pokemon games, is then I get to use both of them. But here we go. Koraidon is definitely ready for a fight. And it has Orichalcum Pulse. Opposing Koraidon turned to Harsh Sunlight, and Bastion of Sunlight Sending. I need to look at that. I need more of an idea. Turns Sunlight Harsh when the Pokemon enters battle. The Ancient Pulse thrumming through the Pokemon also boosts its attack stat in Harsh Sunlight. Okay. And also I just realized it's a fighting dragon type. What? I didn't realize that one. Okay then, that's weird. And it also has a new ability, Collision Course. The user transforms and crashes to the ground, causing a massive prehistoric explosion. The move's power is boosted more than usual if it's a super effective hit. Really? So it's even more damage on a super effective hit than a normal super effective hit. Now that's very interesting. But let's try out Collision Course since it is Koraidon's attack. So let's try it out. Because we did do that with Miraidon, so honestly I'm very curious what Collision Course does. Thankfully we didn't get hit here. So let's definitely do a big hit there. That's pretty interesting though. I like it.
It changed into its battle form. Let's go Koraidon. You got this.
You definitely got it, buddy. But we need to keep hitting. Thing is I think we just keep going physical damage, right? Because the thing is I don't think this Pokemon's a special attacker. I know it doesn't really matter, but I want to use it right. Because normally you focus on what it's actually good with. It has a lot of defense, though. But the thing is the special attack is lower than the special defense. So normally, attack would be better in this case. So, yeah, let's just focus on the collision courses then. Just use as many as we can.
You will fall here, within the Guardian Paradise, and achieve nothing in the end.
Yeah, you could definitely say that one. But thing is we're still hitting Koraidon harder than you're hitting our Koraidon. So we're still doing good here. And we're doing some decent damage as well. A lot better than our Miraidon versus the other Miraidon. I can definitely say that one. So, let's keep going.
You will not be allowed to destroy my paradise. Obstacles to my goals will be eliminated.
Okay, it's going bulk up. It's trying to hit us. But the thing is it's still letting us swing, which I'm still surprised about. I don't know why it's letting us swing, but honestly, let's keep going. Because let's be honest here, it's free damage for us. And it tried to do a top to us.
So take a good behind and hang in your Spooks.
We'll try. We'll definitely try.
The data says I am superior. Follow and become like a foundation upon which my dreams will prevail.
Okay, Giga Impact. And there's the big hits. Okay, thing is we definitely survived that. And I don't think we healed that. So let's just keep going. Because the thing is I don't think that matters. Because based on the fact of...
You took that hit like a champ. You can do this, I know you can.
We'll definitely try, Arven. And our attack grows sharply. Thank you, Arven. We're definitely going to need it. So let's just go for another collision force. Oh yeah, it's recharging. Duh, obviously we'll get another attack in. Okay. So it makes sense. Okay. So there's no way to technically lose this, in a way.
Oh man, can we really not pull out a win here? This doesn't look good. Hey Spooks, you tear my Orbeez on me.
That's good to hear.
Spooks, Koraidon, let's finish this off.
We'll definitely try. But the thing is, Yeah, with the fact that as long as we get speed, we definitely win this fight, just like we did with Miraidon. But the thing is we healed, and I forgot about the recharge. And the thing is I wasn't sure we were supposed to win that. But here we go, good old Terra Blast. And the best move for terrestrialized Pokemon is now ready for us to use, because Koraidon doesn't have a Dragon-type move until, Terra Blasting, which is interesting. Which is very interesting. Obviously, it probably does learn a Dragon-type move. It's just that it doesn't learn one for this fight. So, it's still pretty interesting. It happened with Miraidon and Koraidon. So, nonetheless, it's pretty cool between the two. Down goes Koraidon, the Guardian of Paradise. And down goes our final fight of the main story. Just like so. Unless there's still more. But I feel like we're done, based on Toro. Because that was when we beat Toro. You defeated the Paradise Protection Protocol. Yeah, we did. But at what cost? That's the real question. Because who even knows? Because now, with Zeta defeated twice, who knows where we're going now?
You did it.
Yeah, we definitely did.
It's not going berserk anymore. How very astounding. To think that you would manage to defy even the original Professor's final protections.
Are you back to normal?
Yes, a completely unforeseen outcome, even for an AI possessing the most sophisticated technology ever conceived. Even on the brink of despair, you children did not give in, and instead proved your worthiness, showing the wisdom to think for yourselves, the courage to hold faith in your friends, and the fortitude to do what had to be done. No matter how difficult your own past may have been, I believe you will be capable of walking whatever paths you choose for yourselves now with pride. I thank you, Spooks. I thank all of you children. But I'm afraid the time machine cannot be put to a complete stop so long as I am here. It appears I myself am part of the system that ensures the machine reboots when stopped.
What does that even mean?
I am sorry. You know, when I was watching you all on your adventures from down here, I felt a sense of jealousy. I envied you with your freedom. The way that you came together, working in the league with your fellows, and caring for them. The way that you sought strength to do better yourself, throwing all you have into your battles. The way that you would face down even the greatest enemies to save that which of what you loved. The way that you never ceased to seek nor to fight for a treasure all on your own.
And poor Koraidon.
And the way that you soared free through the very skies on those wings of yours. I wish that I too might be as free as you all, free to seek out with that which I might treasure, above all else, not bound. You found treasure. As long as I remain here, the time machine will not stop, for I am inextricably connected to it. So I've made a decision. I will use the time machine to journey to the world of the ancient past that I had dreamed of.
Yep, just like with Toro going to the future, Zeta's going to the past. Which makes it more confusing. Because if you do a Legends game on this game, where do we go? The past? The future? Or do we go to the past exploration of Area Zero? That's really a good question. But no way to really know, right? Huh. Okay then, let's continue.
But you can't just leave now, right when we finally reached you. I am not going only so that the time machine can be stopped. I also cannot deny my desire to see the ancient world for myself. Is this what it feels like to have your heart race with the thrill of adventure?
Yep, it is true.
Arven, I am sorry that I kept the truth from you for so long. I inherited all the thoughts and wishes of the professor, so I understand better than any. Your mother truly loved you.
Oh, you can't. You can't just go and say a thing like that right now.
True, but at least, you're getting something. Arven. Let's be honest here. There's really no way to bring back Seda. But in this world, Toro still exists, the real one. And vice versa with Violets. Seda still exists in Violets. We don't know what happened to them. But they should still be around somewhere, right? That would make the most sense. Let's continue.
No, it's because you're right. I'm sorry. Arven, Koraidon, Spooks. It is a little sad that I must say this is goodbye.
I guess it is.
Mom!
Poor Arven. Really, just poor Arven, though.
Farewell, my three adventurers. I bid you adieu.
We bid you adieu as well. See you later, Seda. Or AI Seda. But I guess this is really the end of both AIs, Seda and Toro respectively. But it doesn't mean it's the end of Toro and Seda's adventures, because of the fact of each one more than likely still being alive, with, the alternate professor for both games, obviously. Obviously, Toro is dead in Violet, and Seda is dead in Scarlet, but Toro and Seda are still alive in both opposite games. So, I'm still wondering what's going to go on with that.
How could you just go? Mom.
Arven, you okay, bud?
Yeah, somewhere deep down I kinda already knew it. Knew that thing was fake, but when it said my name using her voice and wearing her face, even if it was fake, it felt real. So it just,
Poor dude.
Sorry, you know what I'm saying.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's all good, buddy. Let's get on out of here, though. I think this place is just a bunch of bad memories for everybody involved.
I guess Koraidon is sad too.
Yeah, obviously. Seda did save Koraidon after all, and vice versa for Toro from Miradon.
Oh, but the battle form, how cool is that? It's so strong.
Definitely is.
It tries to nudge at me through my belly button while it's huge. Like this, I surely think I'm gonna die.
Oh, poor Penny. She does not like Koraidon being all, mushy. But honestly, that's a good thing about Koraidon and Miradon, them being friendly big old giant lizards. Because let's be honest there, that's honestly the best quality about them, being their giant, lovable lizard forms that they are.
Oh, hey now, let's not skip over the big win here. Spooks and Koraidon just saved Elephant Paldea. Thanks, Ray. You both did amazing. Thanks, Spooks.
Yeah, that's my butt for you.
No problem, Arven.
No, Arven. Even though Professor is gone, I bet he's finally having a real fun adventure of her own in the past.
Probably true.
Yeah, thanks, Penny.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's probably true, though.
What should we do now, Spooks?
Let's go home. Yeah, it's probably for the best.
You said it. Come on, everyone. Let's make our way home.
Yeah, let's get on out of here. With that being said, we still have one cutscene left, then the credits, and then the final little section for after the credits. And then we'll end off today's adventure. But here we go. Still a little bit left to go before the credits. Poor Arven. Poor dude's been through so much.
Okay, everybody listen up. What is it? Let's take the long way home, and get a little more fun out of this venture.
I don't really.
Sounds great if you can load up on stats for Simon.
Hey, Spooks. No, you too.
Well, you're gonna have to join us if you wanna go on home. Unless you wanna go home by yourself, buddy.
Alright, fine. Guess we're doing this then.
Yes, we are. No chance to run off, buddy. You're gonna have a fun adventure. We're gonna cheer you up too. But, with that being said, I'll see you guys all after the credits of Pokemon Scarlet And we'll be doing the final thing for the Scarlet Adventure, and I'll see you guys after the credits. BRB, boys and girls. Thank you, treasured friends. And with that being said, there we go. The end of Pokemon Scarlet. There's still one last thing for us to do, since, like I said, we still need to do the right after the ending part. So, we still have a little bit left to go. But, honestly, with that being said, ding dong, dong ding. Calling students to the director's office. Master Spooks, Miss Nemona, Master Arven, and Miss Penny, Director Clavell would like to see you in his office. Ding dong, or dong ding ding dong. But here we go, go to the director's office. So where do I want to go? Obviously, let's go see Director Clavell for the final thing of the main story for both games. Honestly, with that being said, it's been a long time coming with both of these, to be completely honest. And quite an awesome adventure, nonetheless, too. To be completely fair and honest with both games, this game has been really, really good. And I really enjoyed the story for this game. I really feel like this game, for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, had one of the best stories compared to both games. I feel like the Pokemon designs weren't the best in a Pokemon game, but there's been worse. Let's be honest here. Black and White gets a really bad rep for Pokemon designs, but I really like the story for Black and White. So, to be honest, I guess it's really not a bad thing. Because there's a lot of Pokemon designs I loved in Scarlet and Violet, and some of them, they kind of grew on me. So, not all of them were bad, and there was a lot of good ones. So, I still feel like the designs were much better than Black and White with a lot of the Pokemon, but it's not, they're not all the best Pokemon designs in a Pokemon game. Obviously, there's older games that will still take that, that crown. But for story-wise, I really feel like this game had one of the best. I will definitely say that. I felt more emotion towards these games than I have with, some of the older games, so I will definitely say this. This game is really, really good when it comes to story, and that is its biggest, win for it, and that's a good thing. Games need good story to be a fun game, and all Pokemon games are fun for me. I love every single Pokemon game. Although I feel like this is the best story, I still enjoy every single Pokemon game I've ever played, and I'm gonna be honest, I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'm gonna be sad to eventually let it go in the future, because we are getting closer and closer to the inevitable end of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet for us, because we've done a lot, but there's still, post-game, and the legendaries, and the Paradox Pokemon we still need to do, and yeah, we still have a little bit, but it's definitely getting closer, and by the end of that, we'll be getting into the other series that I said I've been working on before this game, and, well, let's be honest here, I had a lot of fun with that game too, so I definitely feel like you guys are going to enjoy that. So, obviously I'll announce what game is at the end of this series, but I'll definitely say it was a very fun game for both of these games. The one that I worked on before in this game, as well as Pokemon, as well as Violet as well. So I had a lot of fun with this, and it was definitely worth going through the second ending here, just to see the differences. Although they were small and minute, it was still pretty cool. I will say that. And I really like the Paradox Pokemon differences between both games, as well as the futuristic Toro, as well as the prehistoric Seda. It was definitely pretty interesting. But, with that being said, let's finish off our story with one final little bit of dialogue, and then we'll be getting into the end of our main story, and officially beginning the post-game of both Scarlet and Violet. So, with that being said, let's do it.
Looks like the hero's finally here.
Would you like to join us, Master Spooks? I would definitely like to indeed, Clavell.
We're pretty evil, aren't we? Guess we'll find out soon enough.
No need for concern, you two. I'm not angry in the slightest.
I merely called you all here to discuss your fine achievements in this year's treasure hunt. You shut down the Professor's time machine, and thus prevented the ancient Pokémon from running rampant across Paldea. Your actions were truly outstanding in every regard, and I couldn't be prouder of you all. Though your decision to enter a strictly off-limits area was admittedly regrettable.
You've got us there, though.
However, since this was necessary to protect Paldea and its precious ecosystems, I am willing to overlook that particular point.
So we're not getting raped over the calls after all.
Oh, but I forgot, Master Spooks. There's something I would like you to have. Each of your friends has received one already, so this one is for you, of course. Okay, you have obtained a Master Ball. You put the Master Ball in your bag's Pokeball pockets. Master Ball, the very best Pokeball with the ultimate level of performance. With it, you can catch any wild Pokemon without fail, obviously. Ooh, and about the Hall of Fame badge I gave you a short while ago, that gift is one we bestow only upon students who achieve truly remarkable feats. I expect you to honor that badge. What that badge represents, by striving always to serve as a model for your fellow students. You can count on me. I guess I'll try. You can definitely count on me, Clavell. I'm definitely good for it. Splendid. Such enthusiasm will surely take you far in life. I'll definitely try, though. Master Arven, I was so sorry to hear about the Professor. You have my deepest condolences.
Well, yeah, it was pretty rough when I found out my mom died. But, weirdly enough, head actually feels clear now, for the first time in ages. In the Great Crater, got to learn a little bit about my mom's research, what she was really trying to do, and, achieve down there. Guess if you're building something as mind-blowing as a time machine, that takes priority. For sure, showering your son with attention, All I know is this. I'm done feeling like some lost little kid. Time to say goodbye and move on. I'm gonna enjoy every last day till graduation. With my buds here in Mabstiff, of course.
Oh, good for you, Arven. Well said, Master Arven. You truly are your mother's son. Of course, I must remind you that you've nowhere near enough credits to graduate. You'll need to study frantically to catch up, but I have every expectation of your success.
What?
Yep, sorry, Arven. And let us not forget the other good news. Our academy has a new champion. Though we sadly cannot make your valiant deeds in the Great Crater known to the public, your new champion rank at least should be celebrated throughout the whole school.
I know how we should celebrate. We should hold a Pokemon battle contest.
Honestly, I can't wait for that part. But the thing is we still have one thing to do in order to do that in Violet, so honestly, we still got a little bit left to go for that. But it does sound cool, though.
Seriously, could we not?
Classic Nemona.
Pokemon battle contest, you say? While your own vested interest in such a venture are more than apparent, Miss Nemona, I think it is a fine idea. But please understand that large scale of event will be quite beyond us, with many other school activities to keep an eye on after all. True, but it's still possible.
Pardon my intrusion. I couldn't help but overhear.
Hello, Geeta. Long time no see. Although, similar and very same, kind of idea of what happens in Violet, but honestly, no reason not to go through this, because there is tied to the endings in the final area here, so there's literally no reason not to go over this again.
The Pokemon League will of course happily lend a hand in organizing this contest. Va Primera.
Well, most kind Alpha Charwoman Geeta.
I do everything in my power to nurture young and up-and-coming trainers. Though that's not to say that only youth has promise when it comes to Pokemon battles.
A former gym leader, the developer of the Pokédex app, this academy clearly counts many skilled trainers of Pokémon among its staff. As such, my suggestion is as follows. Students and staff should compete for the title of strongest trainer at the academy. Well, we get to battle the teachers. You compete too, right, Primera? Maybe.
Is that even allowed? Your woman's not part of the academy, right?
Actually, I think he's a chairman of the school board as well as the Pokemon League.
Wait, for real? I mean, knew she was another level, but wow.
Thank you for your invitation, Champion Nemona. I would gladly take up your kind offer to compete alongside you all, but I'm afraid my schedule is already packed tight with the work that I simply must attend to. Can you free up some time somehow? Well, I suppose I might be able to participate if Champion Spooks would agree to lend me a helping hand with my work. Well, honestly, I'd be happy to help indeed. We'll definitely be getting into that very soon too. Excellent answer. Much obliged, Champion Spooks. To get straight to it, I would like you to go out and inspect Paldea's various gyms in my stead. Are they fulfilling their duties as beacons of strength and inspiration for all those aiming to achieve champion rank? Or has the brilliance started to fade? To find this out, I ask that you bring your full might as champion to bear against each of the gym leaders in tests of prowess in battle. They all are trainers of exceptional talent handpicked by me personally anyways. I do not expect you'll find any cracks in their armor, but will consider it a formality. This will also provide this perfect stage for you and your first appearance as new champion. Since all the gym leaders will be expecting me to carry out the inspection, I imagine they'll have mustered their full strength as well. I dare say they might be more of a challenge than you when you faced them before. Which definitely sounds pretty cool. You get to have all-out battles with the gym leaders. Man, I'm jealous. Now then, on another crucial matter. I'd like to discuss with Penny here how to patch the weaknesses in our league point system. Sorry, Penny, you got a little bit left to go there.
But there's a bunch of enemy I missed that I was just gonna binge.
Thank you in advance for your willingness and eager cooperation. Sorry, Penny, there's no way getting out of that one.
I'll do it. You'll help me.
Excellent. We'll leave you all to it then. Come now, Penny. Sorry, Penny. You gotta finish up what you promised to do. It is your punishment for hacking the point system.
This is awesome, Spooks. Show this inspection thing who's boss, so that La Primera can join our tournament, okay? And enjoy taking another swing at the gym gauntlet while you're at it.
I'll take care of filling out the forms in the other minute.
Oh, wait, no, that's her.
I'll take care of the filling out the forms and other administrative stuff. So get the ball rolling. And, to the tournament in the meantime.
I say, it's wonderful to see you all showing such initiative. You each have a critical role to play. Any assisting the league, odd new champion expecting gyms, Nemona arranging the event. Give it your best, everyone.
And good old Arven, fulfilling the role that he needs to do, the biggest one of all.
Guess my role's so obvious it goes without saying.
Yep, becoming the next professor. But, there we go. And with that being said, our next event is obviously going to be the fact that, well, let's be honest here, the Paradox Hunt. Because, let's be honest there, that is our next event for both Scarlet and Violet, which we will be doing in the next episode. And I'll take a look to see where I might honestly find the Pokemon. I'll do like a quick look to see where the ones we've seen, because I don't know if all the Paradox Pokemon we see Toro and Seda using are all the Paradox Pokemon in the game. So it's definitely worth a shot. So with that being said, I'll definitely be doing that in between episodes just to double check, just in case, because I need to make sure where everything is, because the whole episode is going to be a Paradox Hunt. We're going to be checking both games for all their Paradox Pokemon, filling out the Pokedex entries, and finishing up the Paradox phenomenon that is between both games. And then after that, let's say we can definitely do the gym leaders, prepare for catching the legendaries. We still have quite a little bit left to go, but it's honestly going to be fun no matter what we end up doing. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching this episode. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys. It always is. Keep being spooky, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.